David Schluss is a world-renowned painter and sculptor residing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. David Schluss has become one of the most significant artists of our time. His extraordinary technique of painting with his hands and mixing materials directly onto the canvas allows this brilliant artist to achieve a rich palette of colors by using his fingers to sculpt the painting. This is something that most artists can't achieve with traditional painting practices. With his peaceful energy, Schluss is able to transport the viewer into his whimsical world of harmony while bringing an essential message of beauty in the human being.
My name is David Schluss, and I'm a semi-realistic artist. I grew up in Israel, starting to paint at a very, very young age. And today, I am proud of what I did, and I have a long way to go because there is more to learn. But I like to paint them most of the time from the back. The whole form of the back is beautiful. You know, it tells you a story. You don't have to look in the front to know the story. So I think it's a matter of, it's a very individual approach. Visually, position of human, of personalities, will tell you a story. You know, the head bending down symbolize shyness, symbolize melancholy, symbolize sometimes tenderness, you see? So the position will tell a lot about their personality, you see? Yeah. Sometimes you see people think like this, and thinking about something melancholy that they would like to reverse time and go back to it. Sometimes I'm thinking about, you know, when you get old, you know, time's passing so fast. You're not young anymore, you're not strong anymore. And you want to do it till the end, you know. And the only way to do it is with somebody next to you that you know that's the only person that will hold your hand till the end. The other, you don't know. You know, and sometimes you don't want to know. That's right. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do the drawing of a musical instrument, people playing. It's a happy painting, it's a typical Schluss. So it will be easier to demonstrate the style of my painting. I'm using most of my fingers. Every finger have its purpose, you see. I'm using also the palms of my hand here in order to do a dégradé of coloring. This is a violin. That's a violin, okay? I grew up in Israel in a town called Jaffa. Jaffa and Tel Aviv, it's one next to another. And in a very young age, I started to be interested in art because I used to do all kinds of sketches and all kinds of drawings on the sand of the beaches. There is a beautiful beach over there. You know, it's something that you grew up with, you're born with it. You cannot really learn how to paint. You cannot, no, you can learn how to paint. You cannot learn to be an artist because it's inside you or it's not, you see? Since I work with my fingers, and when I paint on the canvas, you know, the canvas has so many cracks, like you see here, and I'm going like this, and I fill all the cracks with my epidermis. I decided maybe I can do some three-dimensional form with my fingers. So I went and played with plastilina, we call it in Hebrew, but it's clay. I used to play with clay and do all kinds of forms until I decided, okay, this is something that I would like to do for a while, and I did. What's interesting about the sculptures is that when you see the paintings, you take a couple dancing from the painting and you put them right on the, that's the interesting. That means that the relation between the arts on the canvas and the clay that became to be a sculpture, you know, is so close, you see? Now I'm applying the first color, the basic color, which is red. Red is my favorite color, you asked me before, remember? So, and on the top of that, because it's too pure, it's too fresh, so it's like you take two carrots, one from the garden, one carrot, put it on the table, the other one, boil it for 2 hours. Put them back again and see the difference. The boiling colors, these are the boiling paint, you see? So you mix them with other things, other coloring. All right. Yeah, you see the coloring is, you have to choose also where the yellow is going to be situated. I don't want it too close to the red. I want a distance. You have to balance. Since I work so many years I have it in me. So the balance has to be automatically, you know, very spontaneous, but automatically in the same time. When I did the first person here playing this instrument, I saw already the instrument and the person in my vision on the canvas. So it was easy for me to, that's how you go. If I don't have it, then I have difficulties to do the drawing. Then you got to stop. Yeah.
In 2008, David Schluss was chosen as an official artist for the USA Olympic team for the Beijing, China Summer Olympic Games. "We Are the Champions" was released as an official poster, as well as a limited edition silkscreen serigraph. The artworks of David Schluss are exhibited in the Tefan Museum in Israel, Consermer Museum in France, the Museum of Modern Art in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and in the Coral Springs Museum of Art, also in Florida. Barbara O'Keefe is the curator at the Coral Springs Museum of Art and spoke about the quality of David Schluss's artwork and why it meets and exceeds the museum's stringent criteria.
It's very difficult for local artists to do exhibitions here because we focus on someone who has a body of work, and many, many local artists don't have a body of work. David is very, very accomplished. He has a large body of work, and he has quality work, and that's always one of my criteria. It has to be quality. I think overall we tend to be somewhat of a conservative museum. We're not doing we do some edgy exhibitions, but not too much. And David's work fits right into our mission statement, and so other artists just don't measure up. So yeah, you have to be pretty good to get in.
David Schluss's art is also exhibited in many galleries and private collections around the world. Jeff and Tracy Cohen are avid collectors of David Schluss and share their opinions of the artwork that graces their home in sunny Isles Beach.
It's so enlightening and exciting that someone could create this outstanding images just with his fingers. I love the work also as well that he uses in here and brings texture into everything he does. So to me, there's nobody like him. And my wife and I have just developed a tremendous kindredness to David and what he's about and everything he's done.
Howard Malamed is also an avid collector of David Schluss and shares an interesting story of how Schluss and his artwork were the catalyst for quite a unique opportunity.
It was amazing. I never really knew how David did it. I thought he was a regular artist painting with a paintbrush. No, this wasn't the case. He's an artist that paints with his fingers. So I wrote a book called, and I have it over here, The Science of Opportunity. So David basically came up with the cover of the book. It's about coincidental events. As a matter of fact, my inspiration for this came as a result of David. And I wrote a chapter in this book called The Artist and the Painting, Creativity and Opportunity. And basically I discuss specifically about David, about how David develops his art from what I've understood from him, how he truly recognizes opportunity, and how he expresses this in the work that he does.
David Schluss travels frequently throughout the United States and Europe, doing one-man shows and meeting with collectors and sharing his joyful vision of art.
We are standing here in front of this mural that I've done many murals before. This was done in 2009, and the subject of this mural is a time to fill our heart with joy. And it's three pieces that I touched in the bottom together in order to continue from the beginning till the end, the whole painting, and you will have connection between one panel to another. If you see, the three panels are right here. You can see the line right here. I started the subject in the middle. The drawing will start in the middle with a lady dancing and holding the sun like this. Look at the position. Look at the position of this lady. Look at the legs. You can sense the joy in her face, even though she's not with open mouth, you understand? But you can see she's closing even her eyes, but look, she's holding the sun. And from her, it goes like emotions, dancing. You can see a couple loving here, music and joy in the sides that's surrounding the sun. That's the subject of the painting. This particular sculpture was in, I think it was in Coral Spring Museum when I did my first show there in Coral Spring Museum of Art. And this was in the entrance of the museum. And spontaneously, everybody that dropped in, that came into the show, went automatically. They didn't go to the hair or touch the hand. They went straight like this. Everybody you mentioned, every age, every personality, they went straight like this, touching it. That's the story of this sculpture.
David Schluss is a leading artist who has earned worldwide success. His passion for art and his extraordinary technique will earn him an important place in art history.
I reached a point where I fulfill a lot, not everything, but a lot in my life as far as the art is concerned. I still can see lots of, not emptiness, but lots of space, I would say, to continue to discover more and more and more and more. What I would like to leave behind me is just people to look at my painting and maybe fulfill or feel what I feel. If they will do that, and they are artists, they will go very far. I appreciate very much this conversation that we had, and I hope that people that will look at the video and will hear what I said will understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going.